What's up, everyone? I'm not going to be able to make a normal video for a couple of weeks. So I'm at someone else's place, and they got all of the Beast Wars Neo molds, as well as the Fusors. Well, not this one, this is just a stand-in. Also, look, Injector with gray pants. I should probably get this, shouldn't I? Will probably be a bit expensive, but it's Injector. I do love him. Oh, excuse me. Wait, what was his name again? Anyways, I'm just gonna rank all the Beast Wars Neo characters because I think they're neat and I think they're cool. Now, I don't have 100% an opinion on a lot of them, but you know, I have a rough estimation of how they're like, so we're just gonna go order of least favorites to favorites. Starting off with least favorites, I'm probably gonna have to go with this guy. He's just kind of a mess. His robot mode's an incomprehensible mess of just shit. His alt mode's it's a horse. I'm not a big fan of horses. He's probably one of the biggest pains. Yeah, he's just like I don't like this one. And next, another one. This one might be a bit controversial because I think people tend to like him a little bit, but I am not a big fan of Long Rack. He has the dead giraffe thing, I think. I don't remember how you do it. But again, he's just kind of bland in robot mode. His giraffe just seems like a generic giraffe toy. His transformation's not that fun. Not a particular fan of this one. No. Okay. Next, I hate to do it because I do really like him, but I'm gonna have to go with my gut and say... Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna go with this one. I forget his name. I think it's Break. I think his robot mode's kind of neat. He's got these giant shoulder pads, but he's like one of the most annoying to transform. I think he's pretty tied with his buddy, Break. You should probably be a little lower, but I do really like the core little robot. It's like this blue, black, and white, neat little guy. Not a particular fan of the hair, but that's mostly just the anime thing. And his beast mode is really, really fun. I love his beast mode. His transformation's not too bad. But yeah, this is a pretty rough, messy robot mode. It's probably the worst robot mode, but I still like it more than the others, so yeah. And now we're gonna get to the ones that are... Well, okay, we got one more. And this one is Guile Dart. I hate saying it, because I think the alt mode is really cool. And his robot mode's kind of neat. He's kind of got a rhino head going on, but he's just kind of a mess, and he's got one of my least favorite transformations on any guy ever. I remember his brown figure in Beast Machines. It really reminds me of just like a Triceratops bobblehead, those from the early 2000s. So next we're going to get to the figures that are a little less of a mess, but we're starting to get into the good ones. Well, okay, we got Big Convoy. I don't really have an opinion on him. He's just... He's another mess, but he's big, so I don't really know. So next, we're going to go on to the ones that I actually quite like, and we'll start off with good old Stampy. He's a bit simplistic. I don't really like pulling his head out. I wish there was like a button or like a slider joint to make it work, but he's got a nice alt mode at least, and he's got like hands, but you gotta, if you want them to articulate, they're permanently staying outwards. I think a new one of this guy would be quite nice, but, you know, that's alright. Okay, we're entering the top 5. I think I'm going to go with my gut and say Arcadus is next. I really like Archaeopteryx. He's got an interesting transformation, and I really like how this gun works, but his articulation is pretty bad, so he's not too high. Next, I'm gonna go with, maybe he might be a little high, but I really like Sling. I think Sling's cool. He really reminds me of Terragator. He's got like the back end of the beast on one of his arms. He's got the shield on the other. Other than the fact that this is on the chest and not on the shoulder, he's pretty much Terragator, but no parts forming, which is nice. And I like how his kibble management is back here. He's a clean, fun little guy. The only problem is his legs don't really do anything in beast mode, but he's Dimetrodon core, little basic class Dimetrodon. I'm thinking about getting this guy, actually. Him, and our next one, This one, Karada, is that his name? I don't remember. Sorry, like a little cowboy guy. I'm not in love with the robot mode, but it is really neat and unique and fun. His transformation's alright, and I really, really, really love his snake mode. It might be my favorite beast mode outside of number 1. But, you know, he isn't any higher because the next two are like the best figures. Oh, wait a minute. Next, I completely forgot because he's not down here. Here's Striker. Apparently this one's kind of fragile, so I'm not going to mess with him. I think he would be top 2 if his chest, the little skull head chest, was his head. It's not for any... I don't think it's like a... I don't think this guy's like offensive or anything. It's just... It looks kind of stupid on a Transformer. Like this little skull. If it was like a skull head and like he had a... like a Stegosaurus ponytail coming out, it would have been so sick. But I don't know what it is. I don't really like Stegosauruses, but I love his alt mode almost as much as I love Karada's snake mode. And he's got a okay transformation. He's not that much of a shell former. He's got a nice robot mode other than the head. So yeah, I think he's a nice number 3. Anyways, next we got Heinrad. I'm not even gonna mention it. Yeah, his head looks like if Beast Machine's Rat Trap was good, but he's nice. He's got a clock in it. He's a Tanuki. Yeah. Enemy Scrokes. Yeah, whatever. And number 1, to no one's surprise, is Magmatron. This guy is sick. Actually, it wasn't mine, but I did play with that guy a lot as a kid, and he is cool. I know he doesn't have individual robot modes for all 3 of his forms, but he doesn't need to, because alt modes are great, and his robot mode is super amazing. Magmatron's the daddy, and if you have a problem with it, well, you're just stupid.